Hello, everyone. It's the coach. Welcome to EA Sports coverage of the 2019 NFL Pro Bowl from right here in Orlando, Florida. Coming up, the AFC looking to make it 3 in a row as they square off against their rivals from the NFC.
All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Straight ahead, bragging rights on the line in the 46th meeting of the AFC and the NFC in the 2019 NFL Pro Bowl game. This is taken at his 4.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, defense.
I know it's an emotional game, Charles. You can't do that.
And when you get into your film sessions and you argue your case with your coaches, that's exactly what they say at the end. You just can't do it. It costs your team.
On first down, Mahomes. And nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but it does get away and it's second down. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Kelsey, the intended receiver there, and now it's 3rd down. So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. Looking to throw is Mahomes. And this one caught by Travis Kelsey. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down. Well, you know, it's hard for some of these guys to get on the same page because they've only been practicing together for a week, but these two, I think they're pretty familiar.
I would say so, right? You go back to OTAs, mini camps, preseason camp, games, the whole deal. They ought to know each other pretty well, and in an all-star game like this, key situations, you find someone like that who you know will be exactly where you think they're supposed to be.
Breeze in the NFC come up now with a 1st and 10 at the 20. Now the New York Giants star playing in the Pro Bowl as a rookie, Saquon Barkley. And he'll be upended after a gain of 5, up to the 25-yard line. The linebacker, C.J. Mosley of Baltimore with a tackle. Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. Play action, Breeze. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Here's Breeze to throw, and that will be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Here now, Roberts. Great blocking, nearly sprung in there. 28-yard return. And it'll be a short field ahead as the AFC takes over 1st and 10. Now here's Mahomes. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Charles, this the 2019 Pro Bowl. The AFC's won both games that have been played here in Orlando since they moved it here. Both have been competitive, 20-13 2 seasons ago, and last year in 2018 it was 24-23 the final.
Yeah, and 2 years ago, Travis Kelsey, Lorenzo Alexander were the game MVPs, offense and defense respectively. And then last year, Delaney Walker of the Titans, their tight end, he won it on offense, and Von Miller of the Broncos won it on defense.
A first-time Pro Bowler. Here's James Conner of the Steelers. Fights 3 yet again. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Throwing on 2nd down. Mahomes. And he finds his Chiefs teammate, Travis Kelsey. For Patrick Mahomes, what a season he had. First as a full-time starter, and he goes over 5,000 yards, 50 touchdowns, and rewarded with his first Pro Bowl.
And think about if you're in Kansas City, the organization, the team, the city, How well are you set up for future years with that youngster as your quarterback? Not only are the guys on the team excited about it, think about free agents, thinking about where they might want to play. If you're a free agent receiver, you're thinking Kansas City.
That'll be complete to Cook. Powers through again. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. No score after one on EA Sports. They'll run here with Connor. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Taking it in from 4 yards out as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Well, we had the scoreless first quarter of play. We sure didn't have to wait long into the second quarter to get some action on the scoreboard.
So was the first quarter a feeling out process?
It always takes off with it. It's a fake. And this fake extra point attempt failed big time. Not only did they not get it, they went backwards. I thought the days of the fake extra point were numbered once they moved these kicks back to the 15. Apparently, I was mistaken.
Yeah, I was wondering who was ever going to try to do this. In fact, I quit wondering. I didn't think it would ever happen. Taking a fake from the 15-yard line to try and pick up an extra point, I didn't think anyone would ever call this.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The offense for the NFC ready to get their next drive started. Well, we can continue to talk Pro Bowl as we go along, but let's talk a little Super Bowl. Super Bowl 53, 1 week from today over in Atlanta, New England taking on the Rams. Time for your Super Bowl prediction, CD. What do you think?
Well, everyone thinks defense when they think the New England Patriots, but in the time that they've had their head coach and their quarterback, Tom Brady, guess what? They're the #1 offensive team in the NFL. And you know the Rams are high flyers as well. So that tells me that this Super Bowl, low scoring. It's going to be a total anomaly. I'm thinking somewhere in the neighborhood of 13-10 final score, going totally opposite what it should be.
Wow, I'm going to completely disagree. I see high scoring, maybe 51-44, something like that. The two punters, Johnny Hecker and Ryan Allen, don't even show up to this one.
Johnny Hecker might throw a touchdown pass because you know the Rams like to fake it when he's on the field.
They'll wind up losing 3, and now it's 3rd down. A couple of plays sent them the wrong way, and now they face a 3rd and 14. On play action, now Breeze. And complete to Zach Ertz. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. It's a pickup of 13, but they're still a bit short, and it'll be 4th down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll punt it away for the second time. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. The offense for the AFC set to go now. Throwing on first down is Mahomes. And he's got the hook up to Landry. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target. Now Mahomes. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. That's Luke Kuechly with a sack.
Now, how about that? Defensive coordinator perfectly in sync, dials up a blitz, and the man in the middle, he's the one who gets home.
Big Mike.
Big Mike.
Mahomes complete to his tight end. It's Kelsey. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. A second-time Pro Bowler here. This is the Chargers' Melvin Gordon. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. Mahomes now on first down. It's Kelsey on the ground. There he goes, right side. Touchdown. Travis Kelce, 52 yards. And the AFC is able to widen their advantage. That's what we want right there, CD. It's a Pro Bowl. Give us some of these long touchdowns.
We want plays that cover a lot of ground. We want long-distance plays, whether long-distance runs, long-distance passes. It doesn't matter. In the Pro Bowl, big plays are what we're all looking for.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it ends with an AFC touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Just over 30 seconds to go in the half. They've got it 1st and 10. Now the leading rusher in the league, Ezekiel Elliott of the Cowboys, his 2nd Pro Bowl. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. So we're at halftime of the 2019 Pro Bowl with an abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. Ready to begin their next drive here, the NFC offense. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution, or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Now they'll try to take advantage of that offsides call. Here's 1st and 5. Shotgun now for Breeze. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
But these guys are going to chop into that deficit. They're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. A rough go there on 3rd down, a loss of 4.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. The AFC offense set to take their next drive. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. check so far. Defense shut him down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
And it's complete to Kelsey. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. That, I believe, will put him over 100 yards receiving for the game. Yes, it will. And he's got a first down to boot. On 1st and 10 is Counter. And now nothing but green ahead of him. Touchdown! James Conner, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the AFC adds on to their lead. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
Sheds a second man.
He's building up some momentum, isn't he?
And he'll get into the end zone as the two-point conversion is successful. So they kept it on the ground, got it into the end zone. But, Charles, sometimes you probably see teams treat a two-point conversion differently than if it was first and goal from the two, or I should say third and goal from the two.
I agree with you totally on that. A lot of teams treat it as if they have farther to go and shy away from running the football. I think this is a great spot to do it because most teams play you for the pass. Go ahead and run and let your linemen surge and fire out.
And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The offense for the NFC ready to get their next drive started. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone. And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try to figure out what is working, and call more of that. Breeze, a quick throw out to Thomas. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. It's the NFC with the lead and the football as we start the fourth. Throwing on first down is Breeze. Caught by the tight end Ertz. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. To throw is Breeze. And his throw is going to be incomplete. The Pro Bowl tight end Zach Ertz, the intended target, and it's 3rd and short. The numbers for the NFC on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Now this pass into the hands of Saquon Barkley. It's an 11-yard pickup. Thought they'd run it on 3rd and 1. Not the case. Breeze now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Breeze now. He'll get this out to Barkley, complete.
Offside. Defense.
Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call. Mark off the 5 and keep it moving.
Following the penalty, it's 1st and 5, and you got to think offensively, all kinds of options. Again, it's Breeze. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. The Pro Bowler Michael Thomas was the intended receiver, but it'll be 2nd down. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Breeze to throw again. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. The numbers for the NFC on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 5. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And he's taken down inside the 30. Now, no reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Now, Breeze again. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. call it a gain of 5, and it'll be second down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Throwing again on second down. Breeze. Throw left side on target to Thielen. And that's going to move the sticks again here as the tackle's made at the AFC's 12-yard line. Breeze now on first down. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete. Xavier Howard with a good coverage that time as he was there and knocked it away. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now Breeze. That is going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. The lightning rod, J.J. Watt with a sack. Breeze now to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Breeze going to go on 4th down. And that's going to be caught. Touchdown NFC. Julio Jones there to make the grab. And the NFC able to cut into that lead. Great play, but admittedly, the tackling in the Pro Bowl, Charles, not always the best.
I would say that they're not quite as committed to getting a guy on the ground in the Pro Bowl as maybe during the regular season and, of course, in the playoffs. But still, heck of an individual effort there on that run.
And the kick makes it through, but flags come flying in as well. It appears we're going to get a roughing call tacked on.
Defense.
Well, when you're leading in the fourth quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
So 2 scores down, time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And this is going to be secured by the AFC. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. So they come up on second down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. Throwing now is Mahomes. And brought in by the tight end Cook. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down.
It's so important to tackle well against these guys, but you and I both know that's easier said than done when the guy you're trying to tackle looks like this guy.
And it's usually going to take more than one man to get him down, and it did right there. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. And an alley to run. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. Now the NFC going to take a timeout, their second, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds left to go in the game. Right back to Connor here on 1st. And they'll get to him just inside the 15. Even after the strong run we just saw, they're able to corral him quickly defensively. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. On second down, Connor looking for space. Still going. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. It's a gain of 8 there, and that should be enough to seal the victory.
I've got an idea. Let's skip racing to the airport at the end of this game. Let's go to the post-game press conference. I have a feeling that the quarterback of this winning team is going to be given a whole lot of credit to the running game and the offensive line.
Yeah, I was just going to say the offensive line, yes, carrying the ball has been key, but those guys up front, they've made a lot of space. So, Charles, final thoughts on this AFC victory?
Bottom line, nobody appeared to be seriously hurt. That's the first thing we look for in this game. Well played, a lot of fun, a lot of excitement. I think that everyone's going to go home pretty happy, especially the AFC since they won the game.